Hello everyone, I am Madhu. Once again, welcome you to my channel Software Testing World. Today we are going to discuss regarding Waterfall Model, which is one of the software development lifecycle model. Waterfall Model is introduced by Winston Royce in the year of 19. It was the first process model to be introduced in SDLC. It illustrates the software development process in a linear sequential flow. So it is also referred to as linear sequential. Waterfall model is very simple to understand and also it is the earliest a software development lifecycle approach that was used for software development. In actually the main function of waterfall model is that in this waterfall model the pages do not overlap with each other and it has a logical progression of steps. That means similar to the direction of water flow of over the edge of a cliff. When water is flowing from edge of a cliff, it is flowing in a single way and it has a distinct endpoint and also its goals are set for each phase of development in waterfall model and it cannot be revisited also after the completion of the phases. So in the waterfall model we have to wait. If we want to modify in the first phase, then we have to wait till the end phase. It is very difficult to revisit the previous. In earlier days, as this is the first software development lifecycle model, so it was very popular. But nowadays, most of the people they are not using waterfall model. It is very rarely used nowadays. But it is very important because all the other software development lifecycle models um, as it is the first model and mostly whatever models is getting created now we are it is based on the its base is waterfall model. So for that reason I am just making you understand what is waterfall model and its importance is also very high. In this waterfall model, the output of one page will be the input of the next page. Suppose I'll be describing you regarding the pages. There I'll describe this point also. And this waterfall model, the pages never overlap with each other. Now we'll discuss regarding the pages of the waterfall model. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss what is the waterfall model that we have already covered. Then phases of the waterfall model, advantages of waterfall model and disadvantages of waterfall model. In this diagram, you can see what is the phases of the waterfall model. First, it will start with the requirement analysis phase. As described in the software development lifecycle, its requirement analysis phase is nothing but we are gathering all the possible requirements of the system to be developed and we are capturing in this particular requirement analysis page. And after gathering the requirement, we are just doing requirement analysis means what are the requirements, how we are going to implement the requirements, all these things we are planning in this requirement analysis page and we are documenting all these things in a specification document which is nothing but business requirement specification document or system requirement specification document. Then we are coming to the design phase which one is known as system design. The requirement specification whatever we have prepared in the first page, what we are doing, we are studying those requirement documents and also preparing the design document, how the design will be looking, how the design of the software will be looking like. Also in the design phase, we are specifying what is the hardware and what is the system requirements and what we are going to use in the future development of the software. Then comes the page implementation. In the implementation page, what we are doing with the inputs from the system design, the we are starting implementation of the small units and again what we are doing after preparing the small units we are just integrating the small units and keeping it. Basically the implementation phase is done by the development team and development team they are starting their coding in this implementation phase. First of all they are making small units, then they are integrating those and making those integration of the software. And while preparing the small units, what they are doing, the development team, they are doing unit testing of that particular units. After completion of that unit, they are integrating and also they are doing integration testing. Regarding unit testing and integration testing, we are going to discuss it on our upcoming videos. After doing unit and integration testing in the implementation page, we are coming to the next page, that is testing. Testing in this page, basically testers are involved. What they are doing? They are doing testing of that particular software. And what they are doing? They are doing system testing. About system testing also, we are going to discuss in our next topics. After completion of the system testing over here, we are doing system testing, regression testing, retesting, all these things we are covering in this page of testing. Then it comes to release and maintenance page. Here in the release and maintenance page, we are sending that particular software to the client, or if it is product, we are sending it to the market. And if there are in what is the maintenance page, if there are any issues coming up after going to the client environment, then we are fixing those issues as patches and making as otherwise we are making as an enhancements, and we are making it a better versions of it. So this is maintenance page is done to deliver these things to the client environment. As we discussed right now, all the phases are happening after one another, and it is steadily flowing downwards. For this region, it is known as waterfall model. Now we'll come to the point, what is the advantages of waterfall model? The advantages of waterfall model is that here the requirements are very clear and it is very clearly documented. Without documentation, we can't proceed in the waterfall model. And the product is should be stable also, and the technology is very much understandable, and it is not changing dynamically, because if any changes, what happens, I'm giving one example. If suppose in the testing page we are coming to know that some of the requirement is missing, then it is very difficult to go to that requirement page and add that requirement, because what we have to do, if it is missing, then again we have to, according to the process, you have to go to requirement analysis page, again in the design phase, again is the implementation page, which is also too much time consuming and cost effective. So it is very difficult. We can't if we are getting any issues in the testing page regarding the requirements, we can't modify it. What we have to do, we have to complete this page. Then what we have to do, we have to take that particular requirement as an enhancement, and again we have to do from the beginning. That is one of the disadvantages of water. And one of the advantages is very simple and easy to understand and use. Also it is very easy to management due to its rigidity of the model, and each page has its specific deliverables, and there is a review process. So getting issues is rare in this waterfall model, and the phases are processed and completed at one time. The waterfall models is works in a very better way for the smaller projects where requirements are very well understood, and there is no there maybe there is no changes in the requirements, and it's very clearly defined in the stages. And in waterfall model is very easy to arrange the tasks, and the process and results are always well documented in the waterfall model. Now we'll come to the disadvantages of the waterfall model. One of the disadvantages is high amount of risks and uncertainty is there in the waterfall model, as I said you, because we can't change or modify anything in the middle. And another is that no working software, we can't produce any working software in a earlier time to the client. It is getting working software is very until late in the life cycle, means after test or after completion, if we want to see the very little piece of working software, then we can see it after implementation or after testing, if you want a proper software. Or, and it is very difficult to measure the progress within the stages, and we can't adjust its scope during the life cycle can end a project. So I have covered here waterfall model is advantages and disadvantages. If you have any doubts or anything, please type your doubt in the comment box. Definitely I'm going to address those doubts. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly subscribe it, and also click on the bell icon. If I'll be uploading any new videos, then you are getting the notification for that. Thank you for watching my video, and kindly subscribe to my channel. Bye.